In the scorching hot Afghan desert, 10 years after the 9/11 attacks, the United States had a lot of soldiers, almost 100,000 of them. One of those soldiers was Master Sergeant John Kinley, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, a really experienced actor. He led a team facing all the tough stuff that happens in a war that goes on for a long time. This story started on a super hot day when Kinley and his team, which included some experienced soldiers and a translator named Hadi, were at a checkpoint. Their job was to ask drivers questions and check out their vehicles. It was a boring but important part of their lives. On this day, a driver got all defensive and didn't want to answer questions, causing a series of events that totally changed Kinley's mission. Things got more tense, and two watchful team members, Tom Cat and JJ, noticed. Kinley told his team to search the truck and get ready for any dangers. This situation got really bad when the upset driver ran away, and at that moment, a bomb exploded, killing Hadi and another team member named Jizzy. After that, Kinley was really sad about losing his friends and had to pick a new translator. He chose Ahmed, played by Dar Salim, who was smart, quiet, and determined. What Kinley didn't know was that Ahmed had a personal reason for helping the U.S. Army. The Taliban had taken his son's life, and he wanted revenge. As the team went through the streets of Afghanistan, Ahmed saw a building at the end of the road that seemed important. Even though Ahmed wasn't sure, Kinley kept going, and it turned out to be just a hookah lounge. Everyone felt frustrated and defeated, showing how tough it is to navigate the complicated and unpredictable war zone. Despite facing challenges, the team got information about a Taliban hideout deep in the desert where they were making dangerous bombs. Ahmed, worried about the suggested path, asked Kinley to think again. Kinley wasn't bothered and chose a different way, setting the stage for a crucial moment in their mission. In the dry, sandy Afghan desert, Ahmed, feeling a duty to his son, did something drastic. He exposed the second translator, saying the Taliban threatened his family, putting the team at risk of an ambush. This showed Ahmed's struggle and turned him from just a translator to a key player in the team's survival. Back at their base, Kinley talked about his problems with Colonel Vokes, his boss. Even though Vokes couldn't officially support Kinley's unusual methods, he didn't stop him either, silently approving the pursuit of justice. Sergeant O'Brady, who heard them talking, gave Kinley an important lead name. With this new info, the team cornered a drug dealer, starting a risky negotiation. Ahmed, using his smooth talking skills, had a conversation instead of just translating. Things got intense when the dealer threatened Ahmed's family. Ahmed's smart moves convinced the dealer to cooperate. The dealer revealed a surprising truth: the dangerous bombs weren't all in one place but spread out in different spots, each making a part of the deadly weapons. The team realized the task was complicated, and they had to go through the vast and unfriendly desert. Their journey led them to a desert spot where they found a horrifying scene of Taliban cruelty. The team, outnumbered and outgunned, had a tough fight that sadly took their lives. In a last-ditch effort to escape, Kinley and Ahmed took control of a Taliban truck, starting a scary journey through the dangerous Afghan terrain. The tough terrain was really hard on Kinley and Ahmed, so they had to leave the pickup truck behind. They had to use their smarts and determination, using the environment to escape the people chasing them. The two of them had to be really strong as they got into close fights, being sneaky and clever to stay ahead. The chase got more intense, with the bad guys getting closer. In a really tense showdown, Kinley and Ahmed took out the threats, showing how tough they were against big challenges. The mountains became a place to hide and a battleground as they fought for every bit of space, showing how tough war is and how much it hurts people. Things got crazy when Kinley and Ahmed couldn't use the radio to talk anymore. The chase got worse, leading to a dangerous fight in a valley. They only had knives and had to fight up close, showing how brutal it is to survive in a place destroyed by war. The big moment happened in a house where Kinley's injuries made it hard for him to move. He got shot in the leg, side, and shoulder, struggling to find a way out. Ahmed stepped in to save them, getting rid of the bad guys. With not much to use, they took control of a truck and went through the winding roads in the Afghan mountains. The chase kept going, and three bad guys made Ahmed give them a ride. Kinley hid under blankets and rugs, facing a really tricky situation. Ahmed did his best to help Kinley's wounds, but it was only a short break from the pain. The story changed to how Ahmed traded the pickup truck for things they needed and started a tough journey up the mountains. Ahmed, working hard to push Kinley in a two-wheel wagon, had to deal with the strong Afghan sun. They moved through rough land, with Ahmed protecting Kinley from the weather. The journey was a big test of how strong they were, with Kinley going in and out of consciousness, feeling a lot of pain from his injuries. Late at night, Kinley woke up in the shadowy mountains, feeling really bad pain. Ahmed, his loyal friend, comforted him in this tough time. The next day, from the top of the mountain, they could see the faraway base, giving them a bit of hope. In a small outdoor shop, Ahmed bought water without knowing that the Taliban was watching him. Things got super intense when Taliban trucks showed up, making Ahmed face a big danger. Ahmed showed a lot of courage and clever thinking, getting rid of the immediate threat. When the U.S. armed forces arrived, it was a short break, but the tough times were far from over. The story changed to Kinley waking up in a hospital, sometimes not fully aware. The messed up world of war mixed with the normal life in Santa Clarita, California, where Kinley was grilling steaks for his family. You could see in his eyes that the war messed him up, even though things looked normal. The plot got sad when getting visas for Ahmed and his family became a big problem, showing the hard times for people after a war. Kinley got really frustrated dealing with phone calls and repetitive requests, all while trying to handle the trauma from the war. This story showed how war not only hurts people on the battlefield, but also in the confusing rules that come after. In Afghanistan, Ahmed, now with a 3-month-old baby and his wife, had to deal with the Taliban threat. A tense escape happened as they went through narrow streets, using their smarts to outsmart the people chasing them. Facing a tough reality, Kinley tried to find other solutions. Hiring private contractors seemed risky but doable, and Kinley's wife even suggested a second mortgage on their home. Kinley begged Colonel Vokes for help, showing how complicated the visa process was with background checks and delays. Things got really serious as Kinley not only had to deal with paperwork but also had a bounty on his head, putting his life in danger. Not giving up, Kinley said goodbye to his family and went back to Afghanistan with a fake name, Ron K, to rescue Ahmed and his family. This story got into the details of a secret mission, and things got complicated when a UN official showed up. Even though they wanted to delay the evacuation, Kinley stuck to his plan, showing how hard it is to navigate a place destroyed by war. Armed with a truck and important gear, Kinley went right into danger. When he met Ahmed's brother, who was mixed up with the Taliban, things got really tricky. This story mixed suspense and action, building up to a big showdown. The tension got worse as Kinley, on his way to find Ahmed, met a guy at a checkpoint. They had to get rid of a threat, hiding the body, not knowing a Taliban spy saw them. Things got really serious when the spy recognized Kinley, starting a chain of events that could ruin the mission. Ahmed, working on a pickup truck, heard a familiar voice, Kinley using the name Ron K, wearing glasses and a hijab. Kinley gave Ahmed the long-awaited visas, but their reunion was short because they realized someone was following them. Kinley called for help, and private contractors got involved, making the story even more complicated. The tension hit its peak when the story turned into a fast chase. Kinley and Ahmed, now with a driver, had to escape from the bad guys. The private contractors, using high-tech stuff, figured out that Ron K was Kinley. The computer person discovering Kinley's real identity added more suspense to the crisis. The big moment happened in a tunnel where Kinley set a trap for the chasing Taliban with careful planning. A grenade went off, giving the team some precious time. The story managed to show how tough it is to escape, mixing action with the real feelings of surviving. In all the chaos, a military aircraft, like an Angel, showed up loaded with heavy guns. The guns started shooting, wiping out the Taliban following them. This part showed the harsh and kind of beautiful side of war, mixed with the relief of barely getting away. Helicopters evacuated Kinley, Ahmed, and the driver, ending their dangerous journey. The story changed to a military transport, showing they were going back to the safety of the United States. In the last moments, Kinley and Ahmed looked at each other, showing the strong bond they formed in the middle of the war. As the epilogue played out, the text on the screen gave a serious look at what happened to Afghan interpreters. After the military left, the harsh reality showed a dark truth: thousands of them either got executed or had to live constantly hiding from the revenge-seeking Taliban.